How would remake Dragon Ball GT if I had, you know, a way of remaking Dragon Ball GT? How would remade Dragon Ball GT? Somebody asked me that question through my PMs. They would say, "Hey, my opinions. How would you remake Dragon Ball GT?" This is what I would do, and let's start off with Goku. Let's start off with him real quick. Number one, I would not allow Goku to go back as a little kid because I believe that when Goku went as a little kid, it took away all the impact from Dragon Ball GT. I think that's what kind of fucked everything up of him going back as a little kid because I said this and I said this a couple of years ago on YouTube. If I want to see Goku go back as a little kid again, hell, I should go back watching Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball when Goku was a little kid going after the Red Ribbon Army. If I want to see him as a little kid again. So yes, I would have not allowed Goku to go back as a little kid. He would have stayed as an adult. I would not have had Goku in this ugly ass outfit. You see this outfit right here? Because I believe I talked about this a couple of years ago on YouTube. I would not have Goku on Dragon Ball GT wearing this ridiculous outfit. I would have Goku wearing this outfit that Goku wore in Dragon Ball GT. This is what Goku was wearing in Dragon Ball Z. This outfit right here, this orange outfit right here, makes Goku look badass on here. This right here what makes Goku look badass. This outfit right here on Dragon Ball GT, it makes Goku look more like a faggot. It makes him look like a fucking clown in this. I mean, it does. It makes him look like a clown in this one. I mean, to tell you the truth, it makes him look ridiculous. It doesn't make Goku look like Goku. This outfit right here makes Goku badass. And would I have Goku becoming a Super Saiyan 4? Yeah, I probably would, but I would not have, I don't really have a picture showing you guys on how I want a Super Saiyan 4 to look because I don't feel like trying to explain it to you guys of how I want a Super Saiyan 4 to look, but it would not have looked like this Super Saiyan 4 right here. I tell you that because you guys heard me say this in the past. I believe Super Saiyan 4 is ugly. It's straight up ugly. I believe Super Saiyan 3 looks a hell of a whole lot better than Super Saiyan 4, even though Super Saiyan 4 is more powerful. But me, I'm all about the looks. And I believe Super Saiyan 4, with Goku having a tail and little pink fur or red fur around his body, I just think it's I just think it's stupid. I think it's stupid though. But I would probably have Goku probably just remain as a Super Saiyan 3. I'll probably have him remain as a Super Saiyan 3 probably. I would probably make Super Saiyan 3 his limit. That's his limit. That as high as he can go. Like he can still become strong, a very powerful person. I would still make Goku a badass and strong, but I would not give him the ability to become as a Super Saiyan 4. If that's what a Super Saiyan 4 had to look like. I would not have allowed Pan. Pan, she would not be in there. Pan would not exist in Dragon Ball GT. I would not even put her in there. Now, Gohan, I would have Gohan as a master. What I mean as a master, I would have Gohan and Fidel. I would still have Gohan and Fidel still married to each other, but they would not have no kids. The only thing Gohan cares about is I would have Gohan maybe open up some kind of martial arts school and he just train people to become strong and protect Earth. That's what I would have Gohan doing. I would not have Gohan as no nerd. I would have Gohan as a teacher that who cares about helping out people and making people strong. Because you guys remember how Gohan was teaching Fidel how to use Kais and stuff like that. That's how I would want Gohan to do. I would want Gohan to open up some kind of school, a training school, and help people become great fighters. All that kind of stuff. That's what I would have Gohan doing. Gohan would not be no fucking nerd. He would not be no nerd. I would have him teaching students to become strong. That's what I would have him doing. But Gohan would still be strong. Don't get me wrong. He would still be the Gohan off of the Majin Buu saga. He would still be the ultimate Gohan. It's just that he just decided to train other people to become great fighters, become their masters. And What else? What else? Who else? Who else in Dragon Ball GT? Vegeta. Let's start off with Vegeta. Let's begin. Let's begin with Vegeta. I would not have Vegeta wearing this ugly outfit right here. I don't like this outfit right here. I don't like it at all. I would have Vegeta still wearing this Saiyan armor. I would still have him wearing this Saiyan outfit. Um, Now we all know on Dragon Ball GT that Vegeta couldn't become a Super Saiyan 3. He couldn't reach it for some reason, and he had to use a freaking machine to become a Super Saiyan 4 because it doesn't really make sense. How in the hell can you become a Super Saiyan 4 and you can't become a Super Saiyan 3? You know, it didn't make any sense. But I would have Vegeta becoming a Super Saiyan 3. I would have him becoming a Super Saiyan 3 on Dragon Ball GT. Because he's been training for 10 or 15 years on Dragon Ball GT, so I feel like he earns it. I think he earns to become a Super Saiyan 3. I would definitely have him become a Super Saiyan 3, and I would have Vegeta wearing this Saiyan outfit. Um, you know, I would also give Trunks some shine. I'm a big fan of Trunks. I'm definitely a big fan of Trunks. I would definitely have Trunks becoming a Super Saiyan 3 as well too. But I would most likely rather see the future Trunks because I like the future Trunks better than I like little Trunks. I've always have. So I would probably bring back the future Trunks and just to see how strong he's becoming over the years. You know what I'm saying? Goten, I'm not really a big fan of Goten. I mean, I look at him as another ripoff of Goku. That's what he is. He's basically another ripoff. So I'm not really a big fan of Goten. I would basically have him playing the position that he did in Dragon Ball GT, just going around, you know, looking for girls, you know, having a girlfriend. I would basically have Goten probably doing something like that because I think it fits him better because never was a big fan of Goten. I never was. But I mean, the only thing what's so interesting about Goten is him doing fusion with Trunks. That's the only thing that's a little bit interesting about him. But other than that, there's nothing really interesting about Goten. He's just another Goku ripoff, if you ask me. Um, Piccolo, I would definitely have Piccolo a little bit more stronger because you know Dragon Ball GT, Piccolo only appeared in the Baby Saga, and you know he went up against Baby Gohan and he didn't last very long. And then Piccolo was in hell and he opened some kind of portal to help Goku get back to Earth. But other than that, you know, Piccolo had just become useless. But I would definitely make Piccolo gotten a little bit stronger in Dragon Ball GT because I felt like Piccolo just got kicked off the mountain for some reason. He just got kicked off the team for some reason. You know, they're just like, forget about Piccolo. He's no use. You know, I was a little bit disappointed because you got to remember, Piccolo has made some very good impact on Dragon Ball Z. I mean, he has some very good moments. I mean, he's had a great battle with Goku at the World Martial Arts Tournament. He's had a great fight with Frieza on Namek. You know, him and Frieza went at it. It was an okay battle, even though Piccolo got his ass kicked at the end. Piccolo went up against Android 17, which that was a classic match. You know, Piccolo has had some very good moments on Dragon Ball Z. He's had some very good moments. But I just don't understand why they didn't use him the way they did on Dragon Ball GT. I just kind of felt a little bit disappointed. But I would definitely make Piccolo train more and try to become a little bit stronger, you know. But ever since Piccolo met Gohan, Piccolo has become soft. He's become soft, and that's when he started caring about being stronger than Goku and wanting to destroy him. But other than that, I would still make Piccolo a badass. You see, you guys remember the Cell Saga when they gave everybody shine? When Goku had the heart virus, that's when they gave Vegeta shine. Vegeta become a Super Saiyan in Cell Saga. Fucking Piccolo did fusion with Kami. You know, they gave Piccolo shine. Piccolo went up against Cell when Piccolo did fusion with Kami. You know, they gave Cell shine. I mean, they gave Piccolo shine. They gave Tien. Now, I'm not really a big fan of Tien, but you guys remember on the Cell Saga when Tien was trying to help out Android 18 to escape from Cell, and Tien was able to hold Cell down. And I was like, you know, I was pretty amazed what Tien was doing when he was trying to hold down Cell while he was trying to let Android 18 and 16 escape. You know, I was pretty amazed by that. And yeah, they did try to give Yamcha a little shine, but Yamcha didn't last too long against the androids. Android I think it was Android 19 or 20. One of them fucking put a hole right up in Yamcha's stomach and shit, or through his chest. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, they did at least try to give Yamcha, Krillin, Piccolo, Vegeta. They did at least try to give those guys shine. If you guys see what I'm saying? And that's what I would do. I would give all the Z fighters on Dragon Ball GT. I would at least give those guys a little shine, because I truly believe on Dragon Ball GT they gave Goku way too much shine. You know, they put a heavy load on Goku's back, and that's when that's why I was like, you know, I'm a big fan of Goku. I mean, I'm a big fan of Goku. I just felt like they gave him way too much shine, and also I would have had at the end of the Dragon Ball GT, I would have had Goku versus Vegeta at the very last episode of Dragon Ball GT. I would have had Vegeta at the same level with Goku. I would have had him exactly on the same level of Goku on Dragon Ball GT to find out who's truly the strongest. But Vegeta and Goku never really settled it. They never really settled it and found out who was the strongest. But that's what I would have had Vegeta doing. I would have had him going up against Goku at the end of Dragon Ball GT to find out who was the strongest. And I would make the winner between Goku versus Vegeta on Dragon Ball GT? I would have made Vegeta the winner.